Welcome back. Obviously we're in a little bit different situation today. This is my home and my kitchen. And I think we're gonna start doing some of these little mini episodes. My life gets pretty crazy. Full-time job, doing the videos on the weekend. So we're gonna call these Catch and Cook It Later. So today we're gonna start out, this is something I tried a few days ago and it turned out really good. I had the family approved it. With the fish that we've been catching, we talk about Tasty Crispies and all the little tacos that we like to do, but this, we're gonna do a fish sandwich. I have some fish that I've previously caught on another trip. So today we're gonna be making a fish sandwich out of perch and some smallmouth bass. I'm gonna start with my perch and the bass. I'm gonna get my paper towels out. I'm gonna pat these dry because I'm gonna end up mincing these all up with a knife, and they're gonna get all mixed in with some breadcrumbs, some green onions, some seasonings, and then we're gonna kind of coat that with some my favorite hot sauce, and then we're gonna put that in the fryer and then put this whole sandwich together for you. Here we go. So our big fillets, just want to get this kind of matted down, dried out, because we're gonna be adding liquid to this as a binder. We're gonna do a little egg wash, and I do a 3-cheese sourdough bread that I grind up in my little spice grinder as a binder. It tastes really good, works really well, holds up in the oil. Time-consuming process. We got all that excess liquid off of our fish. Move that plate out of the way. Now this is the time, depending on the size of the fish, you can cut out some of them bones so you don't mince that up. You don't need bones in your fish. So I just kind of go through and feel for those bones. Some of the smaller fillets, you don't really have to worry about it. I just kind of check them as I go through here. Oh, I already cut the bones out of that one when I was filleting it out. Just kind of get rid of the pieces that got the bones, or any of the little bits that you don't like. Sharp knife works really well for this. I just kind of set those pieces off to the side so I don't accidentally put them in with what I'm preparing. Throw those pieces away. No bones is a good thing. Don't need anybody choking on the fish they caught. That's not how we want to do this. So I'm going to get all this minced up and put into the bowl. I'll be right back. So we're just mincing this fish up with a knife. You could go to all the trouble putting it into a food processor if you want. I don't have one. The knife works great. I just sharpen it. Does the same thing. May take a few extra minutes. Not the end of the world. Want to get a pretty fine mince on all of the fish so you can make it into a nice little patty. Got the fish all minced up. So now we're going to add in our green onions. And I'm going to dice up some of this 3-cheese sourdough bread that I'm going to throw in my little spice grinder as part of the binder. And then we're going to whip up a little egg wash, and then we're going to start assembling the patties. I cut the bread into little, 1-inch pieces so it goes easier in my spice grinder, aka the coffee grinder, after it's been cleaned, because, well, I'm not going to buy something else. It works perfect for it, so why not? Start with that amount. Throw it right over into the old coffee grinder. I think we're good on the old breadcrumbs. Probably have way more than I actually need, but can take away, it's hard to add. So you can see, I grind it up pretty fine, really almost like meatloaf style. We're gonna get the green onion going. Of course, I cut the tops and the ends off because that's garbage. I don't want to eat that. It's stuff that's been sitting there forever, just drying out. Get that thrown away. And I just chopped this up pretty finely. Still want kind of, medium-sized pieces in there just so you can taste the onion when you actually have the fish patty, you know, in the sandwich and in the bread, so you can taste it. I'm guessing I probably about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of green onion. Go with what you like. It's your food. No measurements in the Slurper kitchen. If it feels right, do it. That feels about right. Get these in a little ramekin. And the tomato in the background, yeah, that's to assemble the sandwich later. So now we got the green onion, our breadcrumbs, our minced fish. Now it's time for the seasoning. I probably get in trouble if I show you what brand I buy. They'd probably copyright me or something, or I'd get in trouble. But anyway, I try to buy local as much as possible from different companies we have here in Eastern Washington, actually throughout the state. And some I purchase from other content creators because I figured the guys that are out there doing it all the time know what tastes good and they use it all the time. And I found that it always tastes better than anything else that you can buy that's just generic and mass produced. I'm gonna get everything seasoned up and then we'll start assembling these patties. Almost forgot a key component here, the egg wash. So depending on how much fish you have going on, varies by how many eggs you're gonna use. I have about, I don't know, 6, 7 or so fillets. I'm gonna start with 2 eggs. I'm gonna go with feel, kind of how it looks in the bowl. Not too wet. We can always add more dry with the breadcrumbs. You just don't want a soggy patty. You want this thing to be able to fry up nice and crisp and, you know, have it hold up on the bun. Awesome, and that's how that works too. I'm not a pro, so what? I can take the eggshells out. That's easy. We'll just put those in the trash. You know what? We're good. Fork. That's how I whisk it up. I got some little whisks, but they're kind of lame. So. I know for the ASMR people out there, you're probably loving these noises, the chopping and the whisking and the mixing, the whole nine. Let me know. I can do this all day long. Almost want a scrambled egg consistency. You don't want a lot of the whites left in there that are just gloopy and runny. You want this to actually be able to blend in to your mixture here. I think we're about good. That's perfect. Get rid of my dirty fork. And my kitchen's so small. Look, I'm back already. I don't have a huge house. All right. Paper towel. Perfect. So, egg wash, breadcrumbs, the green onions, my minced fish, and the seasonings I use. So I use one that's got a lot of dill in it, and then I use a Cajun seasoning. I have a favorite one that I use, but you can use Old Bay or any of that Creole seasoning that you like if you want to spice it up. I do probably, you know, a real heavy pinch of each, maybe up to about a tablespoon. I want to taste it. And then I baste those patties when they're done. You'll see it with a local hot sauce made for my area before I put it in the breadcrumbs that is also seasoned. So I'm going to get that all going and I'll form with the patties. Assembly time. So we're going to do some of that egg wash. Eyeballing it. And that's good. We'll start there. Add in my green onions we chopped up earlier. Kind of whatever you like. We'll start with that and then I'll look at the consistency of the batter, essentially, I guess. We'll add in some of the 3 seasoned cheese breadcrumbs. The sourdough. I love sourdough. Use whatever bread you like. And I just go in with my hands. I ain't gonna mix it with a spoon. It ain't gonna do that. Feel your food. If you've ever made a meatloaf, it should feel like that. Oh, I think we're gonna go in with a little more breadcrumbs. It's a little too wet. Next in, we're gonna add our seasonings. Said a tablespoon? Okay. Going in with the Creole or your favorite Old Bay, whatever. There we go. Back to mixing this up. Because I don't know about you, but flavor of this food isn't good. I like to eat. It's two of my favorite things, fishing and eating, and there's a few others. Oh, stay in the bowl. Thinking we're getting to the consistency that I like. I always do the smell. You'll know if you have enough seasoning in there. You'll smell it. If it smells like nothing, add more. Maybe a little more of the egg wash. 2 eggs was the right choice today. And a little more breadcrumb. And what the hell? A little more scallion. Because why not? There we go. Oh, that's feeling way better. You know, the best part about doing this, honestly, if you enjoy fishing or hunting or whatever it is that you're doing, a lot of the things that I use when I cook for my family, it's stuff I have laying around the house, and I can go to the freezer and grab something I already caught. Makes it real easy. I mean, I'm enjoying the trip. I'm having fun catching it. And the other ingredients I have, you know, I probably have $6 or $7 into it, and I'm going to be able to feed at least the amount of people I have in my house right now. At the time is 5. You know, it works out great. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's better. I don't know if you can pick up that consistency a whole lot, but you can kind of see it just looks like a meatloaf, but with fish. We're going to form the patties, and then I'm going to brush them on with some of my favorite cilantro hot sauce. So that cilantro hot sauce is another local product. And it's got a cilantro base to it. We tried it once and we were sold. I don't use anything else. If anybody's interested with the amount of people that might view this video, my small amount of followers, if there's any of this stuff that you like, just hit me up in the comments. I can let you know what I get. You can probably find some of this stuff online, but a lot of that, it's just all local products right out of Washington State. Eastern Washington, Central Washington, even the West Side. So, I mean, I can tell you what it is if you want to know. If not, just use your favorite stuff that you enjoy eating. Get your patties all formed up. They're going to be a little wet. You can always add more of the dry if you want to be a little more firm. We're just kind of going in with something kind of like that. And one thing about doing fish versus even like burgers, the fat content's so small, your stuff's not going to shrink up. So whatever size bun you're using, make your patty to that size. It's pretty much going to stay the same size that you want on your food. We got the patties all formed up. Take a look at those. Now we're gonna baste those in my favorite hot sauce, and my family's too, before we throw it into our Cajun seasoning, before we throw them into the fry pan. Of course, I coat both sides, because one-sided tasting food sucks. And this makes it really good after it's fried and you take that first bite. When I made these a few days ago and tested them out on my family, just get a little bit of that heat from that hot sauce that you baste them in. It makes all the difference in the world. We cool that down. Got a little local, actually fast food place in town that I love their tartar sauce, so we do the little schmear of the tartar sauce, and I top mine with some fresh pickles that AJ's wife makes. Shout out to you, Catherine, they're amazing. We top those on there and a little bit of mustard, and you'll see how this comes together. I think it's going to be really good. First side done. So your hands are gonna get a little, you know, just this kind of the same as when you're mixing it up. Side number 2. And don't worry, if the patties feel a little wet, like they want to fall apart a little bit, when you actually put it into the, I use like a Cajun fish fry, when you put it in there, that's also going to help bind those patties together, and it makes it pretty easy to drop into your fry pan. I use like a 12-inch cast iron skillet because everything in cast iron is better. Everybody knows that. I use peanut oil, use whatever oil you like, something that's got a real high flash point. You want to taste your fish, you don't want to taste burnt oil. And we'll get you shots of these actually going into the fry pan, sizzling. You know, Emeril Lagasse once said it. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision because this smells damn good. I promise you. Yeah, I'm a Food Network junkie, so what? Got that all done. We'll get this out of my way. Get the first patty here into these, into that breadcrumb, and of course, I use my hands because I don't care. Oh. So we have our oil now. It's nice and hot. We're ready to drop these patties in that we formed up. We'll pan down and kind of get a shot. You can kind of see them there, but they're going to be pretty good. So this is the part where have a little patience, a few minutes on either side. Just let them cook out, let them form up, get hard. So they don't want to fall apart on you. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 3 patties at a time in my skillet. I'll get this last one on here in a few minutes after I get these ones flipped and cooked. Put them on paper towels, get them kind of drained so you don't taste all the excess grease. We'll be good to go. So I just flip these patties. I go about 3 or 4 minutes aside. Fish cooks really quick, especially when we're dealing with like perch or the smallmouth bass and the eater size smallmouth bass. We're not keeping the big ones, so this stuff cooks up real quick. It doesn't need a whole lot, and you're ready to eat. Gonna give these a couple more minutes on this side. We're gonna get them drained on the paper towel, and we're gonna add my favorite. So you can do whatever kind of cheese you want. I like to go in a fast food realm when I come to my fish sandwiches. I'm just gonna do a good old slice of American cheese. It melts good, it tastes good, it's creamy, you'll enjoy it. I just took these out of the skillet. They're looking amazing. That's kind of the look that you want them to go. Nice crispy crust on those. We're gonna go ahead and assemble the sandwiches. So here we go. Oh, and not to mention, if you're not a bread person, my wife likes to do these on a lettuce wrap even, and you can put all the same things in there and just eliminate the bread. Or you can do it just like a fish cake that you get at, you know, any type of Thai restaurant. You don't have anything, you don't have to, you do it how you want to do it. If you just want to cut it up and eat it the way it is, I promise you they're amazing. They're seasoned perfectly. You're gonna love it. So I got the hood fan turned off, so hopefully you can hear me. And if you couldn't hear me when I was talking to you over the hood fan earlier, just simply stating 3 or 4 minutes aside. It doesn't take long to cook these small perch. I mean, the fillets are, you know, a 1/4 inch thick at best. You know, the smallmouth bass, maybe a little bit more. Depending on the thickness of your fish, you're gonna know what to do. But with the size I had, 3 to 4 minutes aside, it'll be good all day long. It'll be cooked through. It won't be dried out. And you're going to enjoy your food. We're going to get these sandwiches assembled, at least one. My wife's going to do hers on a lettuce wrap. So I just took the liberty of toasting my artisan bun in the oven. I do it on my Blackstone if it wasn't so late at night. So I just start with this, grab a smear of our tartar sauce. It's so good. I can't let you know all the secret squirrel spots, but I'm kind of addicted to this tartar sauce. I eat it on, well, just about everything. Tops, fries, sandwiches, it's all good. Gonna give ourselves a healthy, can't move that. Get ourselves a healthy smear of that tartar sauce on the toasted bun. Set that off to the side. We're gonna take our patty. How gorgeous does that look? I'm gonna put that on there. My American cheese that obviously I didn't pre-unwrap, so whatever you get to watch me unwrap cheese. Put that guy on there. Top it with some of those homemade pickles. AJ's wife Catherine does an amazing job with these. They are so good. Put a few pickles on this bad boy. We're gonna top that with a couple of tomatoes. If I can get them to stay on. These become really thick sandwiches really quick. So we got our tomato on there. We're gonna top, not the white lettuce wrap, but we're gonna top it with my little pieces of lettuce. We're gonna do something kind of like this. And then I finish it off with yellow mustard. You can do Dijon mustard, whatever you like. I'm just telling you. A little bit of that. Get that out of the way. Take a look at that. Oh, falling apart. You can see the size of that fish sandwich. No shrinkage because there's not a lot of fat, just a whole lot of goodness. Let's dig into this and take a big old bite and see how this turned out. I can't even describe to you how good this tastes. If you like a fish sandwich from your favorite fast food restaurant, make them at home. You're not going to be disappointed. Your favorite seasonings and a little bit of your time, you're going to love it. Thanks for coming along with this new little episode. We're going to start doing these. We'll call them catch and cook it laters. We're going to try and do some of the catch and cooks when we're out there on the lake. But I got to wrap it up for tonight because I'm getting up early and we got another fishing trip tomorrow. But as always, everybody out there, like, subscribe, tight lines, and we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.